Yeah, I'm really surprised by that. You know, if I would have really known it was going to blow up like that, I probably would have approached it differently. You know, just in terms of the way it took away from my teammates, great games. You know, Cam Chancellor played a fantastic football game. You know, had an interception. You know, huge plays in the game and played almost a perfect ball game. Marshawn ran for freaking beast mode, ran for 100 yards plus. You know, had a great touchdown run, and Bobby had 15 tackles. You know, so many people played so many great games that you would think the stories would be about them. And so that's the only thing I feel kind of regretful about. No, I don't. I don't think I'm a villain. I think that people always say the old cliche, don't judge a book by its cover, but they're judging the book by its cover. They're judging me off a football field, on the football field, during a game, right after a game, and they're not judging me off of who I am. Now, if I had got arrested 10 times or committed all these crimes or got suspended for fighting off the field and done all that, then I can accept being a villain. But I've done nothing villainous.
Hey, Richard, does that bother you more than
The only reason it bothers me is because it seems like it's the accepted way of calling somebody the N-word nowadays. You know, it's like everybody else said the N-word, and then they say thug, and they're like, oh, that's fine. And that's where it's kind of, you know, it kind of takes me aback, and it's kind of disappointing because they know what's the definition of a thug really. You know, can a guy on a football field just talking to people, you know, maybe I'm talking loudly and doing something, you know, talking like I'm not supposed to, but I'm not, you know, there was a hockey game where they didn't even play hockey. They just threw the puck aside and started fighting. I saw that and I said, oh man, I'm the thug? What's going on here? Jeez. It does sometimes because I know some thugs and they know I'm the furthest thing from a thug. And you know, it's just you coming from where I've fought that my whole life. Just coming from where I'm coming from, you know, just because you hear Compton, you hear Watts, you hear cities like that, you just think thug. He's a gangster. He's this, that, and the other, and then you hear Stanford, and they're like, oh man, that doesn't even make sense. That's an oxymoron. And you fight it for so long, and to have it, you know, come back up and people start to use it again is really it's frustrating.